Hello and welcome to Science with Mr. Weber. Today we'll be looking at energy sources. So just to recap, renewable and non-renewable energy. So renewable energy comes from sources that are renewable. So that means that they can be used repeatedly without running out. And non-renewable energy comes from non-renewable sources, which means those that are used up at a rate that is faster than they can be replaced. Okay, so fossil fuels are our first non-renewable resource. So this source of energy comes in the form of crude oil, natural gas, and coal. Crude oil is the fuel that's used in cars, vehicles. It's also used in heating. Natural gas is also used in heating and cooking. Coal is used for the production of electricity. So the way that fossil fuels tend to work is we burn them to release a large amount of heat and light energy, and then we use that energy to power some sort of physical change or reaction, which we can use to convert into some sort of energy that we can use. Nuclear energy. This is our next non-renewable source. So this can be used in the production of electricity. So in this process, you've got two main nuclear reactions you can have. You can have fusion and fission reactions. Fusion reactions are very powerful. So it's basically the combination of two smaller atoms to form a larger one. And nuclear fission, also very large amount of energy, not as much as nuclear fusion. So you have a larger atom that's breaking up into two or more smaller atoms and releasing energy in the process. So that energy is collected by heating up water. That water turns into steam. That steam turns turbines, which are basically like giant metal fans. Okay, so you're just spinning those blades around, which is turning magnets around some wiring, and in the process, you're able to generate electricity. Hydroelectricity. So this is our first source of renewable energy. So hydroelectricity is essentially when you take advantage of flowing water, okay, typically moving downstream at a high rate, and you use that flow of water to turn turbines. Biofuel is an example of a renewable source of energy, and it's based off of plant matter. Okay, so that plant matter produces sugars. Those sugars can then be fermented using yeast into ethanol or alcohol, and that can then be burnt to produce more energy. Solar energy is another type of renewable energy, again because the amount of sunlight that we use does not affect how much will be remaining. And what's happening with solar electricity is we have solar panels which essentially work by allowing sunlight to knock electrons away from some atoms, causing electricity to flow, and in that process we're able to generate an electrical current. Wind energy. So wind energy is usually the use of wind turbines to capture the flow of wind and use that again to turn turbines to generate electricity. Tidal energy. So natural tides cause large movements of water, and so we can take advantage of that using turbines underwater and allowing the movement of the tide to move those. Geothermal energy is an example of renewable energy, and the way that this process works is we essentially drill very deep into the ground until you start reaching hot rocks, which are heated by the mantle below, and you pump water down there, and that steam that's rising up is then used to turn a turbine, again generating electricity. That's it for renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.